Can I help you?
Yes, actually. I have a small favor to ask.
You don't look like you need money from me.
I know that you know the Mother Cardinal. She borrowed money from you on several occasions. I want to know why.
Where did you find that out? Who told you?
I want to know why she borrows money from you.
Lending money is my job. It's not illegal. And I don't have to give you an answer.
I imagine that the name Candy Cane rings a bell.
Obviously. All of San Mateus knows that name.
Can you tell me about him?
I don't know him personally. We've never been introduced. But rumour has it that he often hangs out in the basement at the Coin Tavern. You ask far too many questions. My guys will make you regret sticking your nose in other people's business.
Maybe it likes you protect me in this battle.
Stop! You're gonna kill them! I'll tell you everything. But after that, leave me be and do not come back.
Why is the Cardinal borrowing money from you, and how does she pay you back so quickly?
I have no idea. And to be honest, I don't care in the slightest. All I can do is assure you that she's not helping herself to the city funds, if that's what you're thinking.
How could you possibly know that?
Because San Mateus is rich, but not that rich. With a Cardinal, we're talking about astronomical amounts.
And what's Candy Cane's role in all of this?
I don't know. I really have no dealings with him. We have never met, and I have no desire to. He and the Cardinal have a connection, but I just lend money. I have nothing to do with them. My advice to you is don't get involved. Those two are dangerous.
I would advise you to keep all of this to yourself.
I don't want any trouble. I will be as silent as a stone.
Karans, do you need something?
I'm sorry about what happened to your mother.
Unwell? I blame myself for not having been on this.
You have no responsibility.
And yet I do. You asked me anything else?
Do you have anyone? A friend, perhaps?
I usually confide in my sister, and I think she resents me for not having...
I know we've only known each other for a little while.
Thank you, Anal Manawi. You... anything else?
I must leave you. See you later.
What can I do for you, my child?
I'll see you later, Father.
Take...
Welcome to the best holy... Goodbye. May the Enlightened always keep you in his divine blessing.
May the Enlightened always keep you in his divine blessing. Can I get you anything?
I'm here for something else. Can I ask you a couple of questions?
If you wish. What would you like to know?
You sometimes deliver goods to your big clients, isn't that right?
Of course. The rich don't like to get drunk among mere mortals.
And have you ever supplied anyone from the palace?
Yes, that has happened. It suits them.
And who places these orders?
Well, a steward, of course. Don't you know how things work?
A woman? Dressed in a long green cloak?
No, the steward is more discreet. On the other hand, the person in the big green coat, the steward speaks to her sometimes. They know each other or work together.
What can you tell me about a certain candy cane?
Candy cane? Everyone speaks about him.
And what do they say about him?
Here, nothing. You need...
To the games room and the brothel?
Yes, that's more the kind of place...
Do you think that the Mother Cardinal... I have to go. I will leave you.
Can I get... Look who it is.
I have to go. It's blocked. Good day.
Welcome. You here to wager? To fight?
I imagine that the name Candy Cane rings a bell.
Obviously. Even though I would prefer it wasn't the case. He's a sort of... organizer. He captures...
How is that a problem?
Apparently, he's fixed a few fights. These kind of rumors aren't...
If that's the case, why don't you stop him?
He has friends, protectors, and the only ones who wanted to speak of his car...
Do you know where I can find him?
He often hangs out around the port at night, but I strongly advise...
I know how to look after myself. Has the Mother Cardinal ever...
The Mother Cardinal?
What is this arena?
It's a place of great pomp and entertainment, where all manner of fight... People are coming from everywhere on the island to participate.
On what would we be betting?
On the fights in the arena. Quite a few come in.
And do they win? I must be going.
Next time, then...
Can I get... Look who it is.
I have to go.
A feast for the eyes, ladies and gentlemen, and it's free. So, have you found what you were looking for?
Let's just say that I'm gathering information.
My treasures are worth their price. I promise you that you will. For you, I'm sure we can...
Maybe later.
You won't be disappointed. So,
Let's...
for...
Here you are.
Thank you, my lord. I'll let you take your pick.
Thank you.
Look, a new face. Oh, but wouldn't that be... Hello, Father.
Oh, hello.
We would like to know if you know who this earring belongs to. Is it maybe yours?
Absolutely not. I am careful not to leave my belongings with clients, and I have no desire to answer your questions. That doesn't fall within my services.
Very well. Goodbye.
There are too many of you for me alone, my little lambs.
Sorry, madam, but we're here to ask other favors of you. This question might seem a little surprising, but do you know who this earring might belong to?
Why? It's mine. I lost it when... How did you get hold of it?
Are you sure you want to broach that subject here?
You're right. Come with me. Well, what do you want? Why are you giving me back my earring?
You know where we found it, don't you?
Obviously. I realized as soon as I got back that I'd lost it.
I imagine your pimp does not know that you take part in these parties. He doesn't dabble in this at all?
No. Do not say anything to him, I beg you. He's on my case enough as it is.
Then I suggest you answer my questions.
What would you like to know?
Could you tell us who you saw at the parties?
Rich people, or better. They seemed very rich and important to me, but I don't know them.
Do you know who organizes these parties?
Not really, no. A steward pays me when I go, but I don't see anyone else, apart from the clients.
You can't even give me a single name.
No. The only person who sometimes speaks to this steward is a woman who is always wearing a green coat. She never takes part in the festivities, but the steward rushes over whenever she arrives.
Do you think that
You're thinking of Mother Cardinal, aren't you? You lot really think we're...
You're hardly a shining example of virtue, my child. Just answer our question.
Sorry, Father, I don't know the Mother Cardinal, but I
You don't think you could recognize her, and you don't think you've crossed paths. What a test. More than you're letting on. It's virtually impossible not to recognize someone while being so close to these influential people, wouldn't you agree?
Well, I was able to once. Even with a mask on, I'm good at recognizing my clients.
Please continue. I'm all ears.
I don't want to implicate anyone, but he is of no real importance, and you've probably never even heard of him. It's the local moneylender.
I know very well who you're referring to, my dear.
But I didn't mention anything to you, huh? This stays between us.
I don't even remember the subject of this conversation anymore. Do you know someone who goes by the name of Candy Cane?
Everyone does. He is a powerful person, so his name makes the rounds.
Have you ever spotted him at these pleasure parties?
In all honesty, I wouldn't even be able to recognize him. I've heard his name before, but that's all.
This woman in the green coat.
She always hides her face. Then she disappears into a little office and...
I see. Thank you for your help.
Be sure not to mention this to anyone. I'd lose my clients if they...
Can I look who it is?
I'm looking for a woman who comes here. She always wears a long green coat.
Yes, I have seen this coat before, but I have no idea who is beneath it, if that's what you're asking. All I know is that I've seen her speaking to a regular, a steward of the palace who comes to place big orders. Always
I have to go. I will... Good day.
Welcome.
I'm looking for someone.
Yeah, I know who you mean. She comes in, especially for the big fights, and she has pride.
Do you know where I can find her?
No, I don't even know.
She wouldn't happen to be coming back to collect some winnings, would she?
No, and I can't really...
I must be going.
Next.
So, how do you see things, my child?
I think that the usurer is lending money to the Cardinal, and very significant sums at that. With this money, she bets on the arena fights while hiding in a big green coat. And she also gives large amounts to a certain candy cane, known for fixing fights.
Not only does our dear Cornelia love betting games, but she also wouldn't think twice about cheating to win.
Maybe he's just giving her advice. How can we prove anything?
We can always try asking him. Who knows? Perhaps he will give us an answer. Candy Cane is not here. At least not yet. Remember, my child, the bookmaker told us that he hangs around here at night.
That's true. You're right. Let's come back later.
Maybe enlightened. May the enlightened protect me in this battle!
Found it! Primavera down!
Good evening. Are you the one they call Candy Cane?
Who are you?
De Sade, legate of the merchant congregation.
A legate, no less. I imagine in these cases, the one accompanying you is the famous Petrus.
You seem to be very well informed. Therefore, you might be able to answer my question. What do you know about a woman in a green coat?
Why would I tell you?
We know that you have business with this woman, and that she is actually the Mother Cardinal.
How did you... You would be better off forgetting that.
That's not exactly the response I'd imagined. But nevertheless, seems rather eloquent.
I told you to forget about it, or you'll soon run into trouble.
Come on, it was just an innocent little conversation. Goodbye, Mr.
Bye. And Godspeed.
We have enough information.
Really? Is the fact that she bets on fights that are potentially fixed?
It's already a huge scandal. I will find a way of putting this information...
I have faith in you, Father.
Ah, you are from the continent.
Delighted to see you again, Sis.
Father Petrus. Is that
merely a courtesy?
How might I help you?
How has your mission fared?
Not very well, I'm afraid. I haven't been able... Their chief and their Their behavior can be quite odd, but as soon as I come close, they chase me away. There is a heavy veil of evil here. Perhaps you should talk to them. Anything else?
Have you been here for a long time?
Since the beginning of my investigation, although it feels like months. I'm not particularly fond of the wild, and I
see.
Anything else?
That will be all, sir.
Maybe in life.
What? An astounding place.
My mother told me about this place. She said that the village was devoured by the houses of the sons. How could their chief accept this?
All that's left to do is to find Father Justinius.
I am busy. If you have questions, go see Sister Eugenia. She's our supervisor.
I'm sorry. I don't have time to talk.
Welcome to Eden, the lighthouse of faith, harmony, and...
Thank you. Desade.
And I am Father Justinius. Delighted.
The Mother Cardinal has asked me to...
That's excellent news. The loss of the tablet. If you want to learn more about these tablets, you should go... She supervises the theologians who discovered them, and you should find her a bit further in...
Who are the suspects of this theft?
The heretical brutes of the village of Vedlug. They must have wanted to please the demons they worship.
How could they have learned of the tablet?
Perhaps the demons are giving them this power. Unless they are so naive. Either way, I am certain...
I must leave you.
May the enlightened...
I wonder how my people could accept the priests settling in their home like this.
It all seems a bit too convenient. If we find out some information about the history of Eden, maybe we'll change our view on things. The theft of the relic is probably not a coincidence. Hello. The Mother Cardinal... Can I ask you some questions?
Of course. But hurry.
I talked to Father Justinius. He told me...
Indeed. It is under my supervision that the research on Saint...
Whom do you suspect?
Oh, alas. I'm afraid some settlers may have fallen prey to the lure of profit. The heretical natives of... Or it could have been vengeance by those who...
Where were the tablets?
We were keeping them in one of the village's shacks. But first, we wanted to examine them in order to... You can go and take a look in the shack if you want to. But I
imagine someone...
Of course. We took turns guarding the shack. If I remember correctly, it was Brother Virgil.
Well, thank you for these pieces.
I am the one who should be thanking you.
The Mother Cardinal told me that this village had been developed on the basis of... Are you one of the theologians who helped...
Yes. I was sent here to confirm that this place... And then I stayed.
What was the reaction of the...
Most of them were not in... They were afraid we might... And there were even more protests once we started talking about searching for traces of Saint... I suppose they thought we would destroy all of their raised stones and other places of superstition.
Were there any confrontations?
Yes. The warriors of the village attacked. The Inquisition managed to make them run away. The islanders tried to... But we stood our ground. And when Lur, the chief of the...
Thank you. Thank you. I will let you... Greetings. Desade.
I'm Brother Virgil.
According to your colleague...
Indeed.
What can you tell me about that night?
No, nothing in particular. The night...
Someone had to enter the shack to steal the tablets.
I have no idea. The door...
Do you suspect anyone?
Not really. What I can...
Well, Sister Eugenia...
Of course. But all that matters to us is their value as proof.
Do you think the culprit could be...
Well, since none of us did it, it seems obvious. There aren't... And the natives knew of the existence of these tablets before we found...
They are the ones who led you to them.
Well, we conducted the research. Some inhabitants of the village are still giving us a hand with our work.
Well, thank you. I will investigate where the theft took place.
As you wish. But you won't find any. There were witnesses to the discovery of these tablets.
What do you mean?
Now we can prove Saint Matthias lived here. To keep rummaging the way Sister Eugenia does will only create...
I was not expecting a theologian. Have you been in Eden for a long...
2 months, approximately. I joined Sister Eugenia's team with some of my colleagues, so we could give them a... We arrived straight from Ptolemy, hoping to study some... Once we were here, I understood that we must bring the light.
How are your relations?
When I arrived, we were still trying to obtain him, but they were very reluctant to give us any answer. Our attempts eventually made some of the inhabitants of the village react badly. Most stubborn against our teachings, the warriors, and marked. The ones the natives, and it has proved nothing but a blessing for us. I would like to go back to work.
Of course. I will leave you to your work.
Hello. I am Lair, the village leader.
Hello. Desade.
There are Onol Manawi. What do you want from me?
I've heard a lot of things about this village of Eden, but I'd like...
I'm not...
Tell me about the arrival of the people of...
The priests were roaming around the village. They were... One morning, they were building houses next to our...
The priests told me that they had managed to convert you.
As long as we refused to listen to them, they were... So, we let them talk. And now that they think that we love them, some of the things they say are beautiful, and their magic is impressive.
One of the theologians told me that you...
They wanted to find tracks of the old sage, of the one... Our Donegad did not want to tell them anything. But since they violently interrogated everyone...
What happened to your warriors?
They did not accept the presence of the priests, and I questioned... They even asked Deirdre, the chief of Vedlug, for her help. So... The priests asked for peace, and the others left us.
Aren't you angry after all that happened?
No. I mourn those who don't...
Your opportunity for what?
For the Renaigse to understand who we are. But men, perhaps what...
I have to go.
Like so...
Father. Tell me about how you created...
We did not create it from the ground up. The islanders called it Vixenagad. We saw it as a sign. The natives had probably and everything here fit the description of St. Lucius. So, we decided to rebuild our Eden here.
Why share this village?
To replicate and resume the work of our... If he came here and managed to convert the natives, then it is our duty by living side by side with them.
How well do you get along with...
Very well, of course. Yes,
Left? To go where?
oh, to other villages, I imagine. Does it even matter? Some of their legends must have been about Saint Matthias.
And how well have neighboring villages...
With some reluctance, to be perfect. There are still frequent conflicts with the village of... But the other villages, the more peaceful ones.
There are no Onol Manawi and no warriors here either. Did they all leave?
Perfect harmony takes time, my child. But, in the meantime, nobody thought we could live side...
I must leave you.
May the enlightened...
I knew that the story would be more complex than we'd been told.
The priests separated this village into two parts. The exiles must be broken-hearted, having left their clan behind.
Had they been wiser and accepted their new neighbors, they'd never have been forced to leave.
Either way, the resentment here is strong enough for a theft to occur. There is only one entrance and the door shows no evidence of a break-in.
This priest, Virgil, said that the night was calm. So, the thieves only had...
It's very likely that that's what happened. But someone... It can't be a coincidence that they decided to steal it during the watch of the own...
You think that the one who told them is in this village?
We know that this theft could be an act of vengeance by the natives who were... They must still have allies in the village, family or friends. He will certainly know who is close to the exiles.
You have returned.
I think I know who stole the tablets.
Really?
I believe those who were exiled from your village seek vengeance. They must have taken the tablets.
So you may be right.
You do well to tell me what you know. Once the priests have reached the same conclusions as I
do not think they will hurt us.
I understand why you are no longer the chief. If you do not even know what the inhabitants...
You're right. I was.
Since you do not want to talk, I will have to tell the Mother Car... The Inquisitors will make you confess the name of the...
You wouldn't do that. The Solasser would burn the entire village.
He's not really leaving me a choice.
Wait! I think the name of the woman you are looking for is Vindwal. She helps the priest.
If she's helping the priests...
Her son is one of the warriors who had to leave. If you go talk to her, please, do not hurt her. She is but a...
I have no intention of hurting her, but things may not be so simple. I have to go.
Loix.
Greetings.
Bertir Tumad.
What can you tell me about
He is a man of peace. Some people dislike him, but I think the mind shake. He almost speaks like them.
Listen, I know you helped the exiles to steal the...
No. This is...
There's no point in denying it. I know you did it for your son who...
If you know that, then you know that I don't have the tablet.
Tell me where the exiles are.
You're asking me to betray my son.
I promise. But if he reacts...
Then I hope he'll be reasonable. Bran and the others off.
Thank you, Vindwal. Here's the place that Vindwal indicated. The exiles must be near.
These people have been banished already.
Do it! What are you doing here?
I'm not here to fight you, but I must retreat.
What? How do you know we have? We will not give them back! We lost our home.
I know that you are seeking vengeance. Your mother helped you. And once they find out...
They will not suspect her. And even if they found out, they wouldn't...
Perhaps I could do something for you.
You are a Renaigse. You cannot help us.
I am also an Onol Manawi. So?
We want to join the Sengeden Anadas, Deirdre's clan. But she only accepts warriors, and not all of us are warriors. Give us a family and a home, and we will give...
Very well. I hope that we manage to convince Deirdre.
So?
I haven't had the time to take care of it yet.
Ber Tirtumad on Olmenawi. Oh, is it you who helped my warriors discover?
Indeed.
Then I thank you. What do you seek?
Can you tell me something?
We believe that we are part of an everything. Our strength is drawn from that which surrounds us.
What can you tell me about...
My people are proud, full of courage and tough. That which destroys... Many of them fear us, even amongst the other clans. But when we are not fighting, and we are happy guarding anything more...
I come on behalf of the exiles of Vigsonegad. They'd like to join your clan.
Some already have done. The others should just do like them and undergo the trials of the...
But not all of them are warriors.
We're about to go to war. Those who do not...
Siora.
Why do you refuse to welcome the exiles?
Why do you not welcome them amongst the Gaius Rad, if you have so much compassion for them?
It is your clan they want to join, not mine.
Make them change their mind. I will not change mine.
I implore you to reconsider, Deirdre. Though they may not all be fighters, these people...
Very well. Anything more?
I need to be convince her. Now we'll be able to...
Enough questions. I have nothing...
So? She accepted to welcome you.
I did not think that you'd manage to convince her.
Thank you. I hope that you...
Ad Loredar.
What are you doing here?
I was worried for my son.
Yes, everything is fine.
Really? What about the others?
I managed to convince her to...
I thank you for helping them.
I retrieved your relics.
Thank you. Thank you immensely. Thanks to them.
I am curious to know who is responsible for this theft.
I do not want to point the finger at anyone. You have your relics back, and that's the...
Your indulgence honors you. But how can we be certain that...
A good start would be to keep a better watch on the priceless trip.
Had you respected this village, you would not have... You settled here without even asking those who lived here. Instead of talking about harmony,
But that is precisely what we desire more than anything. We'll make sure to improve things in the future. I would be most grateful if you agreed to...
I might come back at some point, but alas...
Naturally. Either way, we are so...
Actually, I must go back to my work.
Your next expedition...
Our brave researchers must continue to follow them. In the meantime, here, take this as a token...
Thank you. I hope your expedition...